plug it in like you see it. 20 times tangent 55, and that'll give you the answer. Okay, for number 37, you have an airplane taking off of a runway at 15 degrees. So the 15 degrees would be this one right here. I know it looks, I mean, it's, you can't tell, it's hard to read it because of the way I wrote it, but this angle right here, that's 15 degrees. Okay, 15. You also know that it's going at a speed of 260 feet per second, and they want to know how high will the plane be after 2 minutes. So the formula that I wrote down here, distance equals rate times time, is one that you're supposed to know. Okay, you either learned it in science or in Algebra 1 or Integrated 1, which either one, but this is a formula that you have to know. So the rate, to find the distance here that it's traveled along the path, to find the d value, we put 260 feet per second, and the time that we want to know is 2 minutes, right? So we're not going to put 2 minutes because then the unit of time won't match. So we convert 2 minutes into seconds. So 2 minutes is actually 120 seconds. And by doing that, we can now cancel seconds and seconds, and so we're left with feet. So you're going to take your calculator and multiply 260 by 120, and that's going to be the number of feet that it has traveled along this path. Okay, this path right here. So at that point, you want to know what x is, right? How high, what's the altitude of the plane? Well, if I know d already, right, because after you multiply 260 and 120, you'll know d in feet. So I have angle 15, that's, and the x is opposite to it, and d is the hypotenuse. So going back to SOHCAHTOA, that would be sine. So sine of 15 is opposite over the hypotenuse, which I'll put 260 times 120. You guys have the answer key, so you guys know what the number is. I don't have a calculator right now, and I don't want to take the time to punch it in. And then so you solve for x by multiplying both sides by 260 times 120, whatever that number was, right? And do that on both sides. I'll just put parentheses there, and I'll write x equals 260 times 120 sine of 15. Whatever number you get, it's feet. Okay, so number 38 is another SOHCAHTOA problem, except that this time you need to find the angle, not the length of a side. So if we look at the angle that we're looking for, it's this one right here, the angle of elevation. And we were given the opposite to the angle, and we were given the adjacent to the angle. So that means that we're going to use tangent. So tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. Okay, so take your calculator, make sure you're in degree mode. Okay, and so you're going to do inverse, because anytime you're looking for the angle, you have to use the inverse. Take the inverse. Inverse tangent, left parentheses, 6 divided by 14. Those are all different keys there. Whoops. Right parentheses equals. And whatever that gives you, that's your answer. So for number 39, it's a cube root function. The x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis, so that would be -4, 0.